Should you marry a lawyer? I wouldn't. I tell you the truth, I would not marry a lawyer. I'll tell you why I would not marry a lawyer, because then we're always fighting, discussing. I had no interest of ever marrying anyone in my profession. That's just too much information at night. And in the morning, and in the day, I mean, nah. I wanted to, if I married, I wanted to marry someone that did nothing related to whatever field I was in. And I wanted to be a lawyer, so a doctor, a dentist, a school teacher. I wanted a school teacher big time, though. An art teacher, that's what I really wanted. They have the summers, all the teachers have the summers off. Come on, go on vacation, enjoy life, live it up. But a lawyer, it would be pretty litigious, let me tell you. Sometimes I get a little ticked off. You may not see that side of me, but I do, with my kids. Because they're like me? I don't know. I say stuff and later they use it against me. I said, where'd that come from? So, I'm not sure. A good friend of mine and his wife, they're both doctors. Okay? One's a cardiologist, and one's an internist. So, you know, here I relate the truth as I know it, as I see it, as I experience it. So my son came home one day and said, man, my heart is racing a lot. He's yapping. Okay. Picked up the phone, like this. Yo, what's up? Santana, I gotta see you for a minute. Just like that. And so I told you in the previous videos, you need a lawyer as a friend, a doctor as a friend. Accountant is a very good friend. You need a really good accountant, and I have a really good one. You need these people, and a car mechanic, come on, man. You need these people in your life. You need them. And I have quite a few on speed dial. And it's important. Yeah, my son said, hey, I have something in my heart. Really? He said, yeah, come by tonight. So sure enough, around 7:30, popped over to his house. And we talked for almost an hour just to catch up. Finally, my wife said, ask him about the heart, Oh, yeah. By the way, my son said something. He said, hold on. And he took out a special. He's a cardiologist. So they look the same stethoscope, right? But it was a different one. It's for cardiologists. Like, I don't know, maybe it has Bluetooth for your heart. I have no idea. He listened to his heart. He said, oh, there could be something there. Probably not, but it could be something there. His wife says, hold on, because she's an internist, and she brought hers over. She puts it on. Nah, nothing there. Those two go at it. Yes, there is. No, there's not. Yes, there is. No, there's not. I think there is. Possibly. Right. Hold on. I'm over here for an hour. Just, what's up? They called. Well, I don't know what's on top of a cardiologist, because this guy just retired from teaching that at one of the medical schools here, but he called somebody else. I mentioned there's someone higher in the food chain than a cardiologist. I don't know what that would be. He called that guy. He got my son to see him the next day. That guy referred a bunch of tests, a computer put on his chest for like 15 days. At the end, nothing. He was just a young kid. Too many hormones, I think, going through his system, you know. He's in law school, he's 22, he's good looking, he's everything I'm not. And that was that. So, should you marry someone in your profession or a lawyer? I don't think so. Now, if you're not a lawyer, then yeah, marry a lawyer. It's a good idea. We have great hours. Now, some lawyers, this is the truth, because I have a lot of friends, I've been around, let me tell you, I've been around. Some lawyers work, I don't know, 100 hours a week, 80 hours a week, 75 hours a week. I don't. I never wanted to, and I never will. And as time goes by, every day I want to work even less, trust me. I'm in that old saying, how's that old saying going? Work smarter, not harder. I work smarter. But it comes in because I get older, so I know a little more in theory, right? So I could work a little more intelligently, not as physically. In fact, you're probably questioning, why do I have a pink tie on today? That's a good question. Well over 30 years ago, and I won't say well over 21 years, well over 30 years ago, my first child was born. And what sexual orientation was she? Pink. I bought a pink tie, which I put on today. It's quite unusual. I usually put it on once a year for the last 38 years on her birthday. That's what I do. Because the first one's always special. That's what they say. The first one's always special. I don't know. I was the last one. I was really special. I was the last one. I got everything, okay? But this girl, she's very special to me. Actually, they're all very special to me. And I like girls, so it's even better. Luckily, I got 2 boys, so the oldest is, 22? And the youngest is 5? Trust me, they're both very special. I got a big boy, I got a little boy. And of course, the girls love both brothers. How about that, okay? It's just something about that. But should you marry a lawyer? Our hours are usually pretty good. And if they work hard and they're young, later on, they can work less, and they usually make pretty good money. Will all lawyers become millionaires? Just in case some girls are looking like a dating app, hey, let's watch the show about Should We Marry a Lawyer? Some lawyers make millions in their first few years, and that's the truth. Usually through a series of very fortunate events. Other lawyers play more the long-term game. They work at it like a farmer. They're working, they're working, they're working. At the end, they get a huge reward. And the rewards every year pile up. I've been very fortunate in that I've basically always been on my own. I worked for a lawyer once for 6 months, and after that, I had the itch. I said, I want to go. I didn't know anything, but I wanted to go out on my own. I rented an office for $500. I put up a little sign, and I started working. What did I know? Nothing. I do nothing. Trust me, nothing at all whatsoever. So would I hire a young lawyer that knows nothing? No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't hire a young dentist, young doctor, young anything. But people had confidence in me, and I worked 100 to 200 hours a week back then learning stuff. If people came in, I had to solve their problem. I researched, I asked other lawyers, I went everywhere I could just to solve their problem. And I solved their problem. It was, hooray, I solved their problem. But at this age, usually a question comes in, I know the answer. I know the answer. People are worried all the time, they come here, no problem, I got it. See a young girl outside, problem's resolved. You go with the Bob, the guy came in, he opens the file, and I read this, and I look at him, yeah, not a big deal. One is done, yeah, it's $8,500, we'll do it, don't worry about it. You wanna see him? Why? I just told you the answer, it's not a big deal, it's gonna be taken care of. You wanna see him? All right, I'll see him. I go out, shake their hands, and listen, yeah, it's not a problem, I'll take care of it, okay? Yeah. She's gonna talk to you now. Take care of that, and I'll take care of this part of it. And I walk away. Not that I'm cocky, it's just, how much is a one-on-one? You don't know yet, it's 2. I know it. Why do I know it? I've been here 38 years. I said, Robert, I want you to draft a complex 14-country agreement with notes, promissory notes, shares, directors. I don't know that. I don't know that. I'm not gonna do it. I don't care what I charge you. I don't care what you wanna pay me. I'm not gonna do it. You're gonna be kidding me. But if you stick to a certain area for many, many years, and I've had the pleasure of doing lots of divorces, then I get tired of that because of the stabbing incident. I told you about that, right? Then a lot of criminal cases, and then didn't have a good ending either, okay? I mean, I'm alive. Then I did DUIs. I did almost 200 DUIs in a 2-year period. I became a real quick DUI expert in 2 years. I did them all, including, of course, the one we had a video about before, which is the DUI murder, DUI videotape. I think it was a 2-part or 3-part series. Did real estate for a while, did bankruptcy. So, and of course, this is what's called a door practice. There's a door right over there. People come in the door, they have a question, I try to solve that problem. Or I send them to somebody else who knows how to solve that problem. So should you marry a lawyer? Nah, if you're not a lawyer, yeah, marry a lawyer, why not? Marry a lawyer. I went out with this young lady one time, and I'm not saying in any bad form or way, or again, not to say that I was a handsome catch, because I'm not handsome, not much of a catch. Wasn't before, and I'm not now. But she wanted to marry a lawyer. She was a doctor, but she wanted to marry a lawyer. I think her father's a doctor, her mother's a lawyer, her grandparents are doctors and lawyers, her brothers and sisters are doctors and lawyers, so she wanted the balance, which I thought was a pretty good idea. But if you know anything about men just don't get married. I mean, tell like, hey, there's a guy, he's a lawyer, I'm gonna marry him. Nah. When the guy has what's called the awakening, he'll get married basically to whoever is standing right in front of him. I think that's the way it was. You wake up and say, oh man, hey, perfect, right there. That's what I want. It's something like that. And I've talked to a lot of my friends who've been married once or twice or three times, but they've been married and they know when it happens to them. One of my very good friends, the cardiologist, he calls me one time at 2 o'clock in the morning, said, I found the woman I'm gonna marry. Good, marry her. What the heck, I'm going back to, no, come right now, you gotta see her. What? Had to drive like 45 minutes to the hospital where he was at. He was doing night shift. She had just left, so I never got to see her. He said, I saw her. Okay, what she looked like, he described it. Okay, so she's got 2 legs and 2 eyes and 2 ears, okay. What's so special about her? I'm gonna marry her. Okay, so you had a good conversation. You never talked to her, no. She's French, she's from Guyana, she's Australian, I don't know, you don't know, no. Is she married, single, I don't know, you don't know, no. But you're gonna marry her, yeah, I'm gonna marry her. And he did. He did marry her. They're both doctors. His son's in medical school. Daughter wants to go to medical school. So, I mean, doctors, they breed doctors. And lawyers, we usually spin off lawyers because our children see what we do for a living. One of my friends has 2 boys. Neither one became a lawyer. They hate what he does. I have a pretty easy life. I guess my kids see, think of it this way. My younger son, well, my son when he was younger, said, Dad, I want to be a lawyer. Really? Yeah. Oh. The passion of the law, the fighting for constitutional rights. You want to set grievances right, and if something's wrong, you want to fix it. No, all you do is talk and get paid. I like that. You have a boat, you fly around, take a lot of vacations. That's the kind of life I want. Doesn't work that way. Because I could be here 7 days a week, 8 days a week, really. As long as I'm talking to people and hanging out and resolving problems, I'm happy. I'm not even at work. I'm just here. I don't consider this really work. I love what I do. They say if you love what you do, it's not really work. But the question is, should you marry a lawyer? And the answer is, if you're not a lawyer, yes, it's a good idea. We have all federal holidays off. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. I think I have 12 weeks vacation. I just take them because I want to. So we have a pretty good life. It's, again, I have friends that are making $80,000 after 10 years. I know guys have never made less than $1 million a year since they started. Never less. And some a whole lot more. It depends what your interest is in the law. And if you really need the money, because some guys come into the law, their dads are lawyers, their uncles are lawyers, they have real estate, they have stocks, they have bonds, they have businesses, they have a whole bunch of. One guy I know just does it as a hobby. He hasn't charged anybody about 3 or 4 years. He doesn't care. He just wants to practice the law. He loves doing the law. Doesn't need the money. So if you're gonna marry a lawyer, make sure he's making money at least, because you gotta provide for the family, okay? And make sure that he loves it, because if he hates it as a spouse or a partner, your life will be miserable. Because if the person's miserable and you hook up with this person, that's misery, trust me. My wife, I still don't know why she married me. I'm usually a pretty happy person, and she's a very happy person, so we don't have any problems with that, okay? That's this last wife, okay? The second wife, that's another story. That'll be 100 videos. So yeah, hook up with the right person, whether it's a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, a mechanic, a bus driver, I don't care. As long as they're happy people. Things will be great. If they're miserable, stay away from those suckers because they're gonna ruin your life. Should you marry a lawyer? Well, you make up your mind. I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I gotta go see somebody now. Who's getting a divorce? Imagine that, okay? So, and she's not married to a lawyer, okay? She's married to a doctor. Not my blood, not your blood. I don't want to see blood. That's why I'm a lawyer. See you around.